The rise, reign, and struggle of Solomon before he was remembered as the wisest man who ever lived. Before gold filled his courts and nations knelt to hear his words. Before the temple rose like a jewel on Mount Moriah. There was a young king, uncertain, humble, and overwhelmed. His name was Solomon. Solomon inherited a kingdom strengthened by his father David, but he also inherited the weight of a nation. One night, God appeared to him in a dream and said, "Ask for whatever you want me to give you." No king had ever been offered such a gift. Solomon could have asked for military power, wealth beyond imagination, revenge on enemies, the longest life, but instead, the young king knelt in humility. "Lord, give your servant an understanding heart, that I may rule your people wisely." He asked not for power, but for wisdom. He asked not to be feared, but to understand. And God was pleased. The Lord replied, "Because you have asked for wisdom, I will also give you riches, honor, and peace such as no king has ever known." In a moment, Solomon became the wisest man on earth. Under Solomon, Israel entered its golden age. No wars. No famine. No enemies knocking at the gates. Instead, nations came to Jerusalem with gifts, caravans, and ambassadors. People traveled thousands of miles just to hear Solomon speak. His words were like rivers of truth, flowing with poems, parables, songs, proverbs, and insights deeper than oceans. The world marveled, and Israel prospered beyond measure. But Solomon's greatest achievement rose from stone and gold. The temple of the Lord. 7 years of labor. Thousands of craftsmen. Walls overlaid with gold. Cherubim carved into cedar. A sanctuary glowing like heaven on earth. On the day it was completed, a cloud of God's glory descended and filled the holy place. The nation fell on its knees. The priests could not even stand. God himself dwelt among his people. This was Solomon at his best, wise, devoted, and surrendered. But human hearts are fragile things. And Solomon's heart began to divide. He married foreign wives, hundreds of them, women from nations God had warned Israel about. Slowly, quietly, dangerously, their gods walked into Solomon's palace. And eventually into his heart. Altars rose on the hills. Incense burned for idols. The man who built God's temple now built shrines for false gods. The wisest king in history fell to the oldest sin, a heart pulled in two directions. God remained faithful, but consequences came. The kingdom that Solomon had ruled in peace would later split in two. The seeds of division were planted by the king who once asked only for an understanding heart. Solomon's story is a mirror, a reminder that, you can be wise, and still wander. You can be blessed, and still break. You can build a temple, and still fall to temptation. His life stands between two truths: God gives abundantly, and humanity struggles deeply. Though Solomon failed, God did not abandon his promise. From his line would come another king, a greater son of David, one whose heart would never divide, Jesus Christ, the true wisdom of God, the King who reigns forever.